Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to our second semifinal game tonight here at Elizabethtown High School. Second semifinal will be between the John Hardin Bulldogs and the North Hardin Trojans. Now we're going to turn it over to the PA announcer for tonight's starters.
Number 2, Lucas Ransom. Number 7, Dominic Barrett. Number 9, Hunter Cerna. Number 11, Darnell Williams. Number 12, Jamal Rashad. Number 14, Alex Blair. Number 18, Anulu Rogerio. Number 20, Kyler Medic. Number 23, Anthony Maldonado. Number 24, Scott Nelson. Number 26, Tyler Coker-Ransom. Now the home team on the scoreboard, the John Hardin Bulldogs. Number 1, Jacob Fettis. Number 2, Tyler Kakema. Number 4, Wyatt Atkins. Number 8, Louise Magerio. Number 10, Andrew Menace. Number 12, Sylvester Aguero. Number 13, Jordan Greenwell. Number 15, Levi Wiggins. Number 19, Robert Swift. Number 21, Ron Selby. And number 22, Connor Lewis. Good luck, gentlemen. Enjoy the game.
So there we have our starters for tonight. First for North Hardin under Coach Jim Stone, Lucas Putharansi, Dominic Barrick, Hunter Cerna, Darnell Williams, Jamal Rashid, Alex Blair, Analu Rogerio, Kyler Medic, Anthony Maldonado, Scott Nelson, and Tyler Putharansi will be in the goal. For John Hardin, Jacob Fettis, Tyler Kakemo, Wyatt Atkins, Louis Aguero, Andrew Menace, Sylvester Aguero, Jordan Greenwell, Levi Wiggins, Ron Selby, Connor Lewis, and in the goal will be Robert Swift. Bulldogs under Coach Derek Bell. Again, the winner of tonight's game will advance on to Thursday night's championship game, which will be here at Elizabethtown High School. It'll be the Central Hardin Bruins waiting for the winner of this game after Central Hardin knocked off Elizabethtown in our first semifinal of tonight in penalty kicks. This is a Hardin County Educational and Community Television student production. HCEC-TV is a division of Hardin County Schools. Live Channel 1 programming is sponsored in part by Brandenburg Telecom, Physical Therapy Associates, eTownApartments.com, Bluegrass Cellular, eTown Exterminating, and West Point Bank. To start off our first half, it'll be John Hardin ball. John Hardin with a 12-4 record this season, while the Trojans come in with a 9-10 record. Atkins with it. Send it up to Menace. Menace will send it outside to Kakemo. Loses it there. North Hardin coming up to get it. Well, it was Blair. That'll be Williams with it. Go out of bounds, be a throw in for the Trojans. Nelson throws it in for Cerna. Toss back to Rashid. Sends it back to Medic. And around to Putharansi. Rashid up to Cerna. Far side, tries to poke it forward. It goes off Greenwell. Maldonado now with it for the Trojans. To Barrick, who sends it up trying to get it to Rogerio. hit the ground. Fettis went after it, gains control. Greenwell sends it to the outside. Throw in for the Trojans. Trying to get it into Williams. Williams has control. It's going to be Fettis who clicks it out. Forward Greenwell going to try to keep it down on that end. Menace going after the ball. Cerna there for the Trojans. And it'll be a foul on John Hardin. Free kick for the Trojans. Rashid to take this free kick. Blair with the ball. He'll drop it back to Rashid. Kicks it outside, tried to get it out to Nelson. Out of bounds, throwing for the Bulldogs. Kakamo sends it forward to Aguero. Tries to get it up to Greenwell. It's going to try to center it for Menace. Menace has it straight away, poked away there by Ruggiero. And it'll be Blair who sends it out towards Williams. Blair now going to send it over to Ruggiero. He'll drop it offside for Lucas Putheranci. Atkins going to send it back for the Bulldogs to Putheranci. Greenwell jumps off there for Selby. Sorry, goes up to Selby. Atkins. Back. Try to get it up to Wiggins. Through everybody, and the Trojans will send it back down the other way. Ball really not moving into the boxes on either end right now as we begin this game. And it's 2 40-minute halves. We end in a tie. We go to a first overtime. If no scoring after 5, we go to a double overtime, and if the score is still tied after 2 overtimes, we'll go to penalty kicks. Putheranci with the ball. Wide of Ruggiero. That'll be a throw-in for the Bulldogs. Atkins gets it into Wiggins. Trojans send it right back. Another throw-in for the Bulldogs. Fettis with the ball. Drops it back for Aguero. No one really controlling it near midfield. Greenwell comes out with it for the Bulldogs. Ruggiero Alex Blair challenges and kicks it out of bounds. Throw in for the Bulldogs. Selby to throw it in. Greenwell gets it forward. Menace takes the shot. It's going to go off Medic over the end line and be a corner kick for the Bulldogs. Luis Aguero with the corner kick. As the rain seems to have stopped. So that one will go through the box off of the Bulldogs, and so it'll be a goal kick for the Trojans. The wind continuing to pick up. Rashid to take this goal kick for the Trojans. Ruggiero drops it off. Bulldogs send it right back. Blair with the ball. And kicked out of bounds off Lewis. Throw in for the Trojans.
Well, okay, you got to tell me. How is that English? What is the promise? How do you do that? I call the kid just a lady.
I would tell them.
2-1 in PKs. Okay.
Trojans now with it. Maldonado has the ball. Gonna send it in the corner, trying to get it to Williams. Atkins came up, kicked it out. It'll be a throw in for the Trojans. Williams to throw it in. Trying to get it to Ruggiero. Heads it high into the air. Fettis tracks it down for the Bulldogs. Kicks it out. Williams able to keep it in. Williams going to send it into the box. Swift there to pick it up for the Bulldogs. Gets it up to Lewis. Trojans drop back and get the ball. Lucas Putheranci with it. That'll go off the Bulldogs. Actually, they pointed towards North Hardin's ball, but North Hardin didn't object as the Bulldogs threw it in. Barrick with the ball. Drops it off for Ruggiero. Selby came back to get the ball. Now Greenwell has it. Louis Aguero and Ruggiero going at it. Minnis now with the ball in the middle of the field. We'll send it out wide for Kakamo. Kakamo tried to get it to Greenwell. Poke near the middle of the field. Sent wide to Selby. Back to Wiggins. Now Minnis with it again. That one will be sent down into the box. Putheranci comes out, and we'll get that one. Sent out beyond midfield. Atkins there for the Bulldogs. Heads it back. Maldonado going to try to keep it down there. Gets it to Williams. Sent back out by Aguero. Rashid with the ball. She's going to try to get it up the left side for the Trojans. To Nelson. Drops it back to Cerna. Cerna's kick will go out of bounds and be a throw in for the Bulldogs. Aguero with it. Kakamo going to send it down the field. Medic heads it high in the air. Rashid able to keep it in bounds. There's going to be a foul on North Hardin. Free kick for the Bulldogs. 30 minutes to go here in our opening half. Scoreless so far. Down to be kicked all the way down. Tyler Putheranci just comes up and catches it. Swift gets the ball for the Bulldogs. Kick it out near midfield. Blair there sends it back the other direction. Going to be bounced around. Ruggiero gets it. Toss it over for Nelson. Nelson tries to get it up to Williams. It was past Tim Barrick, not able to get there in time, and Swift scoops it up for the Bulldogs.
Someone requested nachos? Yeah. Snickers and Dr. Pepper?
Ruggiero with the ball near midfield.
I think he requested Dr. Pepper. Did you not say Dr. Pepper?
Outside for Cerna. Sends it across to the middle field. Lucas Putheranci will able to come up and get it. I'm going to go off the side of his foot out of bounds. Throw in for the Bulldogs.
Thank you, Bob. I had no idea how to.
Well, apparently it's not raining. He did come up and run with your cold sleeve. Put it right on my neck, too.
Throw in by the Trojans. Bulldogs back with possession. Aguero with the ball. Now Blair gets it back for the Trojans. He drops it actually passed it to Lewis. Back to Minnis. I'm just going to give it off for Greenwell. Greenwell trying to pass it outside. Now the Bulldogs will back it up. Kakamo will send it up to Lewis. To Menace. Across. Maldonado there to send it up the field for the Trojans. It'll be Atkins. Tracks it down. He'll send it back to Swift. Back out to Atkins. Oh, sorry, now Atkins now has the ball. It's Fettis in the back with it. I'll be cleared out by Sylvester Aguero. Greenwell and Cerna go after it. It's going to go off the Trojans, throw in for the Bulldogs. And the official thought someone was there to check in, but it was just standing on the sidelines. Throw in for the Bulldogs. Atkins to send this one in. Drops it back to Fettis. Kakamo to Greenwell. Outside for Lewis. It's going to go past Lewis and be a throw in for the Trojans. Medic with the ball. Up to Ruggiero. Barrett drops it back to Medic. Medic sends it forward. Williams now with the ball. Blair now with the ball. Up to Nelson. Outside for Rashid. Rashid, you can send it in the box. Ruggiero with the header, and it's in! Ruggiero heads it in from about 15 yards out, and the Trojans take the first lead. Analu Ruggiero at the 26:30 mark. The first. Ruggiero on the pass from Jamal Rashid. Puts the Trojans up 1-0. .45-40 to go here in the first half of play. He bounced around. Ruggiero gets it up to Barrick. Outside to Nelson, who gets it up to Williams. Sylvester Aguero got rid of it. Blair going to send it outside for Putheransi. Sends it up to Williams. Nelson now with it, drops it off for Barrick. Barrick going to send it up to Williams, and it'll be Sylvester Aguero who kicks it out of bounds. It'll be a throw in for the Trojans. And we'll go through the box. Atkins able to get it out, gets it to Greenwell. Greenwell turns and going to send it up near midfield. So that one's going to get over Medic. Menace there for the Bulldogs. Gets control. Gets it to the middle. Certainly going to get it for the Trojans. He'll kick it out of bounds. It'll be a throw-in for the Bulldogs. Aguero and looked like Blair going after it. Picked up by Putheransi.
Anybody see the assist? Any chance, Coach? No. 12? Thank you.
Ball going to be kicked forward to Maldonado. Swift comes out of the goal. Not able to clear it, and I believe it was Fettis back there that actually clears it out. Be a throw in for the Trojans. Send into the box, that goes off Maldonado, straight up in the air. Wiggins there. Now Ruggiero with it, he's gonna send it near the goal. Swift gonna jump, punch it out, and it goes in the back of the net. And not sure there were two Trojans there. It was Scott Nelson and Darnell Williams both there. So it'll be Nelson on the assist from Ruggiero. And now the Trojans up 2-0 as we're at the 23-32 mark. So the Bulldogs will now make a change as Aaron Varales checks into the game. So he's sent forward, goes off Putharansi. Menace trying to get to it. Medic slips down, now Medic able to kick it out. Fettis gets it for the Bulldogs. Drop it off for Aguero. Takes it to the outside to Kakamo. Greenwell with it. It's going to be cleared there by Barrick. And now Louis Aguero with the ball. Valeris loses that one and be sent forward. Darnell Williams. The ball hits the ground. Fettis going to head it over Williams. Maldonado gets to it. They'll punch it back. Selby now with the ball. And Rosario gets it for the Trojans. He'll jump it off into the corner. Coming over to kick it out is Fettis, and it'll be a throw in for the Trojans. I believe that was Fettis who kicked it out. It'll be another throw in for the Trojans. Headed there by Aguero. Maldonado got to it, not able to keep it in. It'll be a goal kick for the Bulldogs. Swift sends that wide to Kakamo. Atkins with it. Gonna send it up, trying to get to Menace. They'll go past him and over the end line, and it'll be a goal kick for the Trojans. 3 new Trojans into the ball game. Noah Kispert, Cole Logston, and Carrick Luigi into the game for the Trojans. Jamal Rashid to take this goal kick for the Trojans. That'll go off Putharansi, throw in for the Bulldogs. Selby gets it into Greenwell, trying to get it to Aguero. Putharansi kicks it out. Be another throw in for the Bulldogs. Greenwell takes this one. Atkins sends it forward. Rosario got a foot on it. Now Barrick with it for the Trojans, trying to get it outside. It'll go off Logston, throw in for the Bulldogs. Atkins gets it into the Valeris. Greenwell gonna send it wide as the rain comes back again. Kakamo off Rashid. Rosario, the left foot, just able to get it out of the box. We'll have a foul, and it'll be a free kick for the Trojans. Cerna with the ball. Rogerio drops it off for Barrick. Send it in the corner. Nelson goes after it. For now, it'll be a throw in for the Bulldogs.
I'm about ready to cancel it after Jack ran around with fire.
Throw in for the Bulldogs. Rogerio going to send it back down, trying to get to Williams. That'll go through everybody out of bounds. It'll be a throw in for the Bulldogs. Kakamo now with it. Drops it back to Aguero. Send it outside for Atkins. It goes under the foot of Atkins, out of bounds. It'll be a throw in for the Trojans. Loxton with the throw in, gets it into Rogerio. Rogerio can be kicked out. Louis Aguero kicks it. Blair keeps it down here for the Trojans. Back out to Cerna. Cerna going to send it up the left side, trying to get it to Nelson. Sylvester Aguero who lets it go over the end line. It'll be a goal kick for the Bulldogs. Outside for Atkins. Atkins gets it off. Leave the Fettis out near midfield. Blair comes up. Challenge for the Bulldogs. Greenwell now with it. Get it out to Lewis on the outside. Cerna over there for the Trojans. That one will be kicked forward by the Trojans. They'll go over sideline. Be a throw in for the Trojans. Throw into Rogerio. Cleared out by the Bulldogs. Medic sends it right back in. Grow with it. Gets it up to Greenwell, sorry. Blair with it to Barrick. Trying to get it to Rogerio. Goes a little too far. Atkins with the ball for the Bulldogs. Lays it off for Luis Aguero. Sends it wide to Kakamo. Lewis with it. He'll drop it back to Kakamo. To the middle to Luis Aguero. Atkins now with it. He'll get it up to Selby. Selby sends it to the corner to Menace. Menace driving in. Medic back there trying to punch it in. And it'll be cleared by Rashid. Doesn't go out of bounds. Logston unable to keep it in. Throw in for the Bulldogs. And Lucas Putheranci comes up and he will clear it out. Fettis will retreat and get the ball. So Luigi gives chase. Luigi going to drop it back off to Cerna. Up to Barrick. And that will be taken away by the Bulldogs. Lewis with it now. Drops back to Aguero, who sends it for Atkins. Back outside to Kakamo. Try to send it up for Connor Lewis. We'll go past him, and Putheranci will control it for the Trojans. We'll come down near midfield. Lucas Putheranci with it. Gets it up to Barrick. And drop it off for Rashid. Blair to Barrick. Menace pokes it away. Greenwell now with it. Well, Luigi almost got it, and they're going to call a handball as that one popped up on Atkins. That'd be a free kick for the Trojans. .15 to go here in the opening half. 2-0 score, North Hardin on top. 26:30 to go in the first half. Anula Rosario headed the ball in, gave the Trojans a 1-0 lead, and then just a couple minutes later, 23:32 to go. That one's gonna be headed around and Swift gets to it. It was Scott Nelson who put it in off of a Rosario pass. Greenwell with the ball for Kakamo. Kakamo gonna send it up. Menace had just about gotten away from the defender, but Putharansi quickly comes up and takes the ball. Luigi with it. That one goes outside. Nelson going to track it back down for the Trojans. Drops it back to Cerna. Cerna going to send it up for Rosario. Barrett going to drop it back to Cerna. I'm going to be sent forward, trying to get it to Luigi. Relis sends it up to Greenwell. Greenwell going to drop it back for Kakamo. Back out for Kakamo. He's going to send it across the field to Atkins. Atkins up to Greenwell. Selby giving chase. Putharansi out there. It's going to go over the line. Be a throw in for the Trojans. We'll have substitutions on both sides. Marquise Mays checks into the lineup for the Bulldogs. Drew Corder and number 11, Williams, back into the lineup. Luigi with it. Tries to get it forward. It's going to be sent back by the Bulldogs. Menace with the ball. Menace drops it outside. Blair going to send it forward. Williams gives chase, but Swift will come out and pick it up for the Bulldogs. Luis Aguero with the ball. Stop and try to center it. Gets it to Greenwell. Now Aguero with it. Just send it outside for Atkins. Atkins are going to cut back inside. Streaking through, Putharansi comes out and takes it away before Atkins can get off a shot. Luigi trying to get it to Corder. Varelis gets it back for the Bulldogs. Aguero now with it. And try to chip it forward, trying to get it to Menace. Putharansi comes out. He'll scoop it up. Luigi heads that one for Williams. Selby will come in. Logston trying to get after it. And it'll be a foul on the Trojans. Free kick for the Bulldogs. Atkins sends that one all the way through the box. Easy save for Putharansi. Swift gonna come out and gets to it before the Trojans can, but it's Williams who tracks it down the far corner. He's going to center it across. Swift comes out of the goal, the ball bouncing around. Still bouncing around and cleared by the Bulldogs. Cerna with it for the Trojans. That'll go out of bounds. It'll be a throw in for the Trojans. Throw in for the Trojans. 9:26 to go in this first half. 2-0 the lead for the Trojans. Get it up. Trying to get it to Menace. Now it'll be Williams back there. Aguero with it. Back out to Kakamo. Up to Greenwell. Barrick able to add pressure there. Cerna trying to get it to Luigi. Cerna heads that one. Heads it again. Williams with the ball. Maldonado now with the ball. He'll drop it off for Williams. Try to get it up to Scott Nelson. I'm going to go wide. That'll be a throw in for the Bulldogs. Connor Lewis checks back into the lineup for the Bulldogs. Atkins with the ball. Up to Menace, but Barrick there for the Trojans. Back to Ruggiero. Up to Barrick. Barrick taken down. No call. Greenwell now with the ball. Getting it up to Menace. Menace streaking in the left side. Squares it back inside. Shot, and it's good for Andrew Menace at the 7:27 mark on the feed from Greenwell. And Menace just needing a little bit of room as the ball was kicked from Greenwell to the front. Made one defender pass and then gets it past Putheransi. And I believe we have a Trojan down on the field. The referee and the side ref are talking it over. And Carol George with the Hardin Memorial Health Sports Medicine Division out checking on the North Hardin player. I believe that's Barrick that's down. They're going to help him up. And it's Andrew Menace, striker for the Bulldogs, helping him off the field. So Barrick will go to the sidelines. Looks like Alex Blair will check back into the game.
Rose,
7:27 to go here in the opening half. So they get Barrett to the sideline. Official says start the clock. Rosario will drop it back to Blair. Sends that one forward. It was over Nelson. Sylvester Aguero going to get it. Put up to teammate near midfield. Atkins. Back to Kakamo. Back to Fettis. Outside for Atkins. Menace gets the ball. Maldonado and Williams come up to challenge him. Nelson now with the ball, gets it up to Williams. Back outside to Nelson. Nelson gonna have to drop it back off to Stern. Stern drives it into the box. It's taken down there, the ball still bouncing around. That'll be cleared by the Bulldogs. Go all the way to the other end. Medic gonna let Luther-Rancy come up. Take the ball. Varellis sent it back in. Cleared out by Aguero. Be a throw in for the Trojans. Officials going to stop the clock. Now the official winds it again. Medic sends it in. Fettis in the way. They're trying to get it out to Greenwell. Aguero with it. Outside for Lewis. Lewis going to try to get it up to Menace. Ball left there by Lucas Putheranci. Menace with it. Lucas going to send it across. Gets it to Wiggins. Wiggins to Aguero. And send it inside. Putheranci comes out as Connor Lewis was coming in from the left side. Nelson heads that one forward to Williams. Varellis there, you're going to send it outside for Mays. Mays gets it to Greenwell. Nelson going to send it forward, trying to get to Williams. Swift comes out, ball gets past Swift, and just to the left of the goal. As Williams and Swift ran into each other. And Swift back to his feet. He'll go back in the goal, and it'll be a goal kick for the Bulldogs. And we're going to have a backup goalie check into the game for the Bulldogs. I believe that'll be Jordan Greenwell. It'll be Nathan Easterling into the lineup. Throw in for the Trojans. Drop it back to Stern. Gets it up to Maldonado. Atkins there with it for the Bulldogs. Menace now with it. Back to Sylvester Aguero. Outside to Atkins. Menace with it in the middle. He'll send it out wide for Kakamo. Menace with the ball. Send it out to Atkins on the left side. Menace now moves it forward. Blair just kicks it out. Williams gets it near midfield. We'll send it outside for Nelson. Get it into the middle of the field for Blair. They're going to try to chip it down into the right corner, trying to get it to Maldonado. It'll go too far and be a throw-in for the Bulldogs. 2:30 to go here in this first half. 2-1 the score. The North Hardin Trojans on top. That goes off Maldonado. Another throw-in for the Bulldogs. That'll go out of bounds, throwing for the Trojans. Maldonado to throw it in. They send it to the middle of the field to Blair.
2 minutes left in the half.
Throw in for the Trojans. They're going to say actually it'll be a throw in for the Bulldogs. Trying to get up to Menace. Lucas Putheranci knocked it free now. Ruggiero trying to get it cleared back out. He'll drop it back for Blair, who gives it up to Rashid. Blair to Luigi. Trying to get through, making some room. And try to get it up to Maldonado. It goes past him. Easterling comes out and scoops it up for the Bulldogs. He'll just drop it off as we're 1:23 to go in this first half. Ruggiero trying to get to it. Ruggiero going to get it off a shot. Easterling with the save. And Ruggiero wanting to get a foul call as he was taken down in the box. That'll be headed out. Throw in for the Bulldogs. Ruggiero with it. Medic now sends it up to Williams. Williams gets beyond the last defender. Easterling comes out, and it's a shot and score by Darnell Williams. On the feed from Medic with just 27 seconds to go. Now the Trojans up 3-1 with only seconds to go before half. Atkins with it. Picks that one forward. Getting it up to Menace. Rashid heads it back towards Luis Aguero. And it'll be Cerna who sends it up the field. 4 seconds to go. And that should run the clock out. And it does as we get to halftime. The North Hardin Trojans lead 3-1 over Central Hardin. Over John Hardin. This is a Hardin County Educational and Community Television student production. HCEC-TV is a division of Hardin County Schools. Live Channel 1 programming is sponsored in part by Brandenburg Telecom, providing service for all your telecommunication needs. Physical Therapy Associates, more personal attention for more effective results, with locations in Elizabethtown, Hodgenville, Radcliffe, Brandenburg, Bardstown, and Louisville. Online at physicaltherapyky.com. eTownApartments.com by Mark Harris Construction. Take a virtual tour today at eTownApartments.com. Bluegrass Cellular, offering the most affordable unlimited plan anywhere where wireless works. Online at bluegrasscellular.com. E-Town Exterminating 270-737-6900, online at mugabug.com, and West Point Bank with 5 offices located in Elizabethtown, Radcliffe, Upton, Glendale, and West Point. Let us help make life simpler. Hometown banking made simple, online at westpointbank.com. We'll be back after this short timeout with second half action. Welcome back to Elizabethtown High School for tonight's second semifinal. Halftime score 3-1, North Hardin on top of John Hardin. Winner of this game will face the Central Hardin Bruins, who upset the Elizabethtown Panthers in our first semifinal in penalty kicks, 4-3. Score of the game will be 2-1. Lewis trying to get it back inside. Kakamo with it. He'll drop it back for Atkins. Atkins sends it through. Rashid now with it for the Trojans. Outside for Putheransi. Trying to get it up, I believe, to Nelson there. Be a throw in, or else a foul, and now be a free kick for the Trojans. Rashid comes over to take it. As the rain returns, just a slight drizzle. He's sent into the box. Headed there by Atkins. He sends it out. Blair going to try to track it down for the Trojans. Back to Ruggiero, but it'll be Menace who comes out with it. Menace now working his way forward. Gets it up to Mays on the right side. Cerna comes over there. It'll go off Cerna, across the end line. It'll be a corner kick for the Bulldogs. Louis Aguero to take this corner. Just going to drop it off. Out front, shot just to the right. Shot that time, I believe Kakamo, it was, for the Bulldogs, and it'll be a goal kick for the Trojans. Cerna sends that one up. Blair going to head it over the midfield stripe. Maldonado has it for the Trojans. Cerna going to send that one up to Williams. Williams drops it off for Ruggiero. Ruggiero drops it off outside. Putheransi comes up to take it. It's going to go off of Atkins, out of bounds, and be a throw-in for the Trojans. Nelson comes over to do the throw-in. I believe that went off the Bulldogs. It did. It'll be a corner kick for the Trojans. Cerna comes up. He'll take this corner. Okay, so the short side gets through. Swift not able to punch it out. Rashid not able to track it down. Goes off of the Bruins, and it'll be a North Hardin throw-in. Sorry, off the Bulldogs. A long throw-in. That'll be kicked out. That'll go over the end line, and now it'll be a corner kick for the Trojans. Onalu Rosario out to take it. We sent across through the box, bounced around. Swift going to come out with it for the Bulldogs. He's going to throw it out midfield, but it's Blair who comes up, gets it back for the Trojans. The Bulldogs send it back down. Nelson able to get to it. He'll drop it outside for Putheransi. Atkins tracks it down for the Bulldogs, taken away by, and Ruggiero with the shot. It goes high. And it'll be a goal kick for the Bulldogs. Sylvester Aguero sends it up. Rashid going to head it back out near midfield. Luis Aguero sends it forward. Medic came up, headed that one back out. And Wiggins will send that one up, trying to get it to Mays. Rashid kicks it out for the Trojans, up to Luigi. Kakamo with it now for the Bulldogs. Up to Lewis. Down to Mays in the corner. Cerner comes out for the Trojans. Mays, shot goes over the end line. It'll be a goal kick for the Trojans. 34-20 to go here in the second half of play. 3-1, North Hardin on top. North Hardin scored the first half of the 26:30 to go in the first half on Nilo Ruggiero on the pass from Rashid. Gave the Trojans a 1-0 lead. Just 3 minutes later, it was Scott Nelson putting in the ball for the Trojans. Gave him a 2-0 lead. Andrew Minnis scored for the Bulldogs with 7:27 to go in that first half, and then with just 27 seconds to go, Darnell Williams got in goal for the Trojans to give them their 3-1 lead. Bulldogs going to send it by to Lewis. Maldonado there for the Trojans. Wiggins with it back to Aguero. Okay, Luigi takes the ball for the Trojans. Going to send it up to Scott Nelson. Nelson pass into Williams. Kicked out by Sylvester Aguero. Going to go over the end line and be a corner kick for the Trojans. And Cerna comes up to take that. Left-footed defenseman for the Trojans. That one goes through the box. Out to Luigi, sends it back in. Ahead by Rashid. It goes off the Swift and over the end line, and it'll be another corner kick for the Trojans as Anali Ruggiero goes to track it down. Ruggiero gets it in, trying to get it through the box. It comes out to Nelson. Nelson chips it back into the box. Kispert drops it back out for Ruggiero. Back into the middle and cleared there by the Bulldogs, Luis Aguero. Connor Lewis going to get to it. Goes off side of his foot. Out of bounds. It'll be a throw-in for the Trojans. Cerna to throw it in. Luigi with the ball, passes it up to Williams, and Fettis going to get called for a foul. I'm going to stop the clock as this will be a penalty kick. Jamal Rashid will come up to take the penalty kick for the Trojans. And the shot by Rashid is in. So with 31-24 to go in the ball game, Trojans now with a 4-1 lead. North Hardin won the first game between these two on August 31st. Oh, sorry, not on August 31st. On August 26th, 3-2 in penalty kicks. It was at North Hardin, and then September 19th at John Hardin, the Bulldogs were able to come out on top 2-1 over the Trojans. Bulldogs send it out to Wiggins. Kispert there for the Trojans. Tries to get it back to Cerna. Cerna going to drive it in. Kakamo fouls him there. It'll be a free kick for the Trojans. Rashid comes up to take that. Rashid sends it into the box, bounced around there, kicked towards it, punched away, but then Ruggiero on the rebound. And Ruggiero, it couldn't tell who the assist was to, but Ruggiero was up 5-1 now, with 30 minutes and 16 seconds to go here in the second half. Ruggiero with his second goal of the evening. Feta sends it outside for Wiggins. Aguero sends it up near midfield. Barrick back in the game for the Trojans.
Well, like you said, ain't no sportsmanship on it.
Well, a foul on, I believe, the Bulldogs. Nathan Easterling now in at goal for the Bulldogs. Rashid gets it, Easterling able to knock it down and then pick it up, get the save. Ruggiero with the ball. There's a couple of Bulldogs run into each other. Stern gets to it, kicks it forward. It'll be Atkins for the Bulldogs with it to Greenwell. And Lucas Putherancy comes over and takes it for the Trojans. Barrick with it at midfield, drops it back to Blair. They're trying to get to Nelson. He was streaking down the side. Aguero, now Greenwell at midfield with it. Drops off for Kakamo. Maldonado comes back for the Trojans to Nelson. Get it up to Williams. They try to punch it through, and Easterling comes up and picks up the ball before Maldonado could get there. Foul on the Trojans, free kick for the Bulldogs. Going to be sent forward into the box, headed out by, I believe that was Medic. Stern sends that one forward to Maldonado. Wiggins will drop it back off. Aguero sends it out of bounds, throw in for the Trojans. A couple of Trojans checking into the lineup. Cole Logston checks in. And Marcellus Jackson checking in for the Trojans. 26:50 to go in the ball game. 5-1 lead for the Trojans. Fettis with the ball. Aguero gets it. Trying to get it up to Greenwell. Sent back to Adkins. Barrick now with the ball. Put away by the Bulldogs. Blair going to drop it outside for Jackson. Jackson tries to get it up the sidelines to Nelson. It's going to go off of the Trojans. It'll be a throw-in for the Bulldogs. Nelson with the ball. Aguero and Nelson go into the corner. Nelson going to come out with it, tries to center it. It's going to go off Fettis, but Easterling comes up to pick it up. Louis Aguero with the ball for the Bulldogs. Try to center that one for Greenwell. Rashid comes up, he'll kick it outside to Maldonado. Maldonado up to Ruggiero. Blair comes up, just drop it outside for Jackson. Stern with it. It's away from Lewis. He's going to try to take it left-footed. Aguero gets in the way. It'll go out of bounds and over the end line and be a corner kick for the Trojans. Gotta go. Be another corner kick for the Trojans. Cerna comes up to take this one. So that one kicked in the air high by Adkins. And that'll be another corner kick for the Trojans. Cerna will line it up and do it again. That one goes off the Trojans out of bounds. It'll be a throw-in for the Bulldogs. Up to Greenwell. Greenwell going to send it too far to the right, trying to get it up to Menace. Drew Quarter checks into the lineup for the Trojans. Medic with the throw in. And get up to Logston. Maldonado heads it forward. It'll go out of bounds and be a throw in for the Bulldogs.
Bulldogs
Cody Gibson checks into the lineup for the Bulldogs. Maldonado sends that one forward. Sylvester Aguero, and kick it back out near midfield. Blair trying to keep it on the Trojans' offensive end. Menace with the ball. Menace going to send it forward, tries to get it up to Greenwell. Greenwell fighting through there. It's going to go over the end line. It'll be a corner kick for the Bulldogs. Greenwell shot into the box on the far side. Knocked in the air, kicked, and goes wide to the left. And it'll be a goal kick for the Trojans. 21-20 to go here in the ball game. Again, North Hardin on top 5-1 over the Bulldogs. Williams and Ruggiero check back into the lineup for the Trojans. Officials mark it ready. Rashid will take the goal kick out to Jackson. Throw in for the Bulldogs. Gibson trying to get it. Now Williams will have it for the Trojans. Outside to Maldonado. Poked away. Greenwell kicks it out. He's going to try to get it to Menace. Rashid stepped in the way. Go out. Throw in for the Bulldogs. Lewis throws it in. Gets it to Wiggins. Jackson there for the Trojans. Kakabo heads it high into the air. It's going to go out of bounds off Williams and be a throw in for the Bulldogs.
Shane's ball boy over. Is he? Yeah, blue sweatshirt, khaki pants. Yeah.
Gets into the middle to Greenwell. And Fettis kicks it up the field. Head around by Jackson. Logston missed the head. That'll be a foul on Logston. Free kick for the Bulldogs. Logston now with it for the Trojans. Drop it off for Williams. Williams going to send it outside for Maldonado. Get it back to the center, trying to get it to Quarter. Quarter there with it. Atkins going to send it back out near midfield. Gets it to Greenwell. Now Ruggiero tries to kick it, missed it. Misses it again. Greenwell with it. Ball goes high into the air. Kakamo going to send it up to Menace. Menace drops it outside for Kakamo. Kakamo going to center it from there. Kicked out. Missed that time by Gibson. Adkins comes up. He'll chip it back into the box. And turnaround shot goes off the crossbar, and it'll be a goal kick for the Trojans.
Trojans substitution number 7, number 24, Scott Nelson.
Goal kick for the Bulldogs. Barrick trying to get it back to Nelson. Down the corner, Williams chasing after it. Sylvester Aguero there. The official going to say it goes off Aguero, and it'll be a corner kick for the Trojans. 17:30 to go here in the ball game. North Hardin on top, 5-1. Cerna comes up to take this corner for the Trojans.
Got our people picking up, saying you proud of us?
Send it out to Barrick. They're going to say it went over the sideline. Throw in for the Bulldogs. Get that one up to Menace. Drop it to the center for Kakamo.
Maybe this time you won't be out there to pass it.
Sent forward, trying to get it to Menace. Medic going to kick it out of bounds. There'll be a throw in for the Bulldogs. To Atkins. Atkins into the box. Headed out by Medic. Greenwell with the ball for the Bulldogs. Blair came up, forced that shot outside. Wiggins with the ball. Gets it to Kakamo. Cerna able to clear it out. Gets it right back up to Williams. Kakamo now back with the ball. To the outside for Lewis. That'll go off the Bulldogs, and so it'll be a Trojan throw in. Austin Rainwater checks into the lineup for the Trojans. Rashid to throw it in. Williams tries to get it to Maldonado. Maldonado going to head it forward. Wiggins there. Fettis chips it forward, but Rosario gets it for the Trojans. Maldonado to the center to Barrick. Barrick going to drop it back to Jackson. Jackson going to send it into the box. It's going to get through, and it'll be a goal kick for the Bulldogs. Nelson comes up, takes the ball away. He's going to take a shot. Easterling there to stop it. And Scott gets up, takes another shot. Easterling knocks it over the goal. Two hard shots, two good stops by the keeper for the Bulldogs. Ryan Hirschauer checks into the game. And Cerna back into the game for the Trojans. Cerna will take the corner kick. $14 minutes to go here in the ball game. Noah Kispert back into the game for the Trojans. Cerna to take this corner. The short side headed out by the Bulldogs. Cerna going to let it go out of bounds. He'll do the throw in. Carrick Luigi back into the ball game. That'll go out of bounds over the inline. Goal kick for the Bulldogs. Luigi. Getting it forward. Gonna go wide. You'll throw in for the Bulldogs. Wiggins going to send it forward, try to get it up to Lewis. It's going to go just beyond Lewis. Going to be a throw in for the Trojans. Barrick back into the lineup. Get it into Blair. Outside for Jackson. To the middle to Barrick. Barrick going to drop it back to Blair. Greenwell with it, loses control near the middle of the field. Luigi going to send it up. Looked like he was trying to get it to Williams. That'll go off Fettis and be a throw in for the Trojans.
Just
Is there anything else you want to announce?
Get it into Williams.
Thursday, 7:30. Just announce it.
They go. Throw in by Kakamo. Trying to get it up to Menace. He'll be bumped from behind to be a foul for on the Trojans. Free kick for the Bulldogs. Menace to take this one. Be headed out by Jackson. Drop it back to Menace. Kakamo now with the ball. Send it to Lewis. Trying to just one touch it to Menace. It'll go over the end line and be a goal kick.
If I do, I'll yell at you.
Lucas Putherancy checks back into the lineup. We just had a yellow card issued, and I'm not sure on who or why. Not sure if it was Menace or Rashid. Medic checks back into the lineup. Smallwood checks into the lineup for the Bulldogs. Cerna to take the goal kick. That'll go out of bounds. Wiggins with the throw in. That'll be kicked out of bounds by Ruggiero. Throw in for the Bulldogs. Greenwell to do the throw in. Kakamo with it. Try to send it up the left side. Medic there to head it back. Ruggiero near the middle of the field gets it to Williams. Outside for Luigi. Goes out of bounds. So be a throw in, but we're going to have substitutions. Logston back into the lineup for the Bulldogs. Trojans. Menace checks back into the lineup for the Bulldogs. Luigi tried to drop it back. It's Menace who comes away with it. Ruggiero going to send it outside for Luigi. Tries to poke it forward. Able to keep it in bounds. Putherancy gets it into Barrick. Barrick going to take a shot. It'll go high, and it'll be a goal kick for the Bulldogs. Goes past Selby, out of bounds. Throw in for the Bulldogs. Greenwell going to send that one forward, tries to get it to Menace. Rogerio gets it for the Trojans. Sends it back out. Now Williams going to send it down the field, trying to get it to Luigi. Sylvester Aguero back, kicks it out of bounds. It'll be a throw in for the Trojans. Checking into the lineup, it'll be Spencer Ames for North Hardin. Barrick now with it. Back to Jackson. Jackson will send it up to Logston. It's going to be a handball on Logston. It'll go the other direction. Quickly, the Bulldogs get it loose up to Greenwell. And Williams gets a steal. Now Logston will get the ball. Logston with the shot goes off of Aguero. It'll go out of bounds and be a throw-in for the Trojans. Logston to throw it in. 7 minutes to go here in the ball game. Rogerio, they're going to stop the clock. He was fouled in the box. And I believe it's going to be Hunter Cerna who's going to line up for this penalty kick. Easterling in the goal. Cerna with the left foot. Stopped. Cerna comes in on the rebound and gets the goal. Hunter Cerna with his first goal tonight. 6:41 to go in the ball game. Now the officials are going to talk. Mass substitutions by the Trojans. Try to get it up to Menace, outside to Lewis. Lewis gets it into Menace. He's going to try to make some space, just trying to chip it forward to Lewis, back out to Menace. Now we cleared out by, I believe it was Quarter. Putherancy going to send it outside for Logston. Logston tries to get it forward to Ames. Ames now with it. Drops it off for Quarter. Kennedy, they're battling. It'll be a foul on the Trojans and a free kick for the Bulldogs. Greenwell with it. Gonna send it down the middle, trying to get it to Menace. Tyler Putherancy comes up, scoops it up for the Trojans. Greenwell going to send it back out. Picked up there by Rainwater. Lauer sends it up the field. Bulldogs let it go out of bounds. It'll be a throw in. Logston with it to Ames. Back to Lauer. Sent forward off of Lewis. to Rainwater. Menace able to keep the ball, driving in, trying to find some space. Drops it off for Lewis. Lewis just chips it back in, and a good pass from Menace down on the side. Another pass in, and it's going to go wide to the right. I was unsure exactly who that went off of. It goes off Putherancy. It'll be a corner kick for the Bulldogs. Greenwell to take it. Sends it in. It gets all the way through the box. Selby on the other side. Kakamo with it, back into the box. Putherancy comes up to pick it up. Putherancy trying to go after it. Atkins there. Be Lauer with the ball. Up near midfield. Smallwood kicks it back for the Bulldogs. And Aguero going to send it up the field. Lauer outside to Putherancy. Atkins goes out of bounds. Ryan Hirschauer checks back into the lineup along with Noah Kispert. Sam Diaz checks in for the Bulldogs. Menace now with the ball. Jackson able to clear it out for the Trojans, and it'll be a goal kick, or sorry, a throw-in for the Bulldogs. That one goes over the fence, almost down the hill. Shot that time. Putherancy goes up, punches it off the crossbar. It's over to the right side. Lewis going to center it from there. It's going to be poked out. Kennedy will get it. Quarter going to send it forward. Send it up to Kennedy. Wiggins has control. And Aguero going to send it down the field. It's going to go out of bounds and be a throw-in for the Trojans. 2:10 to go here in the ball game. Throw in for the Trojans. Rainwater to throw it in.
2 minutes left in the game.
Kakamo now with it. Up to Lewis. Back to Kakamo. Gonna drop it off to Lewis in the corner. Quarter is out there, kicks it out of bounds. It'll be a throw-in for the Bulldogs. Wiggins with it. Cole Logston now with it. Sends it up the field. And Aguero kicks it out of bounds again. Rainwater to throw it in. To Kispert. Rainwater with it on the outside. Drops it back for Quarter. Quarter gets it to Kispert. So forward by Lauer, trying to get it for Kennedy. Easterling comes up, picks it up for the Bull. Going to be kicked down. Lewis chasing after it, so it was Menace. Go out on Menace. We're under 30 seconds to go. It'll be a goal kick for the Trojans. Scoring tonight, with 26:30 to go in the first half, it was Ruggiero putting the Trojans on top 1-0. 3 minutes later, it was Scott Nelson put the Trojans up 2-0. Andrew Menace got a score for The Bulldogs at 7:27 to go in the first half made the score 2-1. Darnell Williams scored just before halftime to put the Trojans up 3-1 at half. In the second half, Jamal Rashid on a penalty kick made the score 4-1 with 31 minutes to go in the game. It was Nalu Rosario with his second goal of the night. Just a minute later, 30 minutes and 16 seconds to go, gave the Trojans a 5-1 lead, and then Hunter Cerna on a penalty, or actually on the rebound of a penalty kick, pushes the score to 6-1. So for the Trojans, they will advance to Thursday night's district championship game on Thursday night, as they will face the Central Hardin Bruins. This has been a Hardin County Educational and Community Television student production. HCEC-TV is a division of Hardin County Schools. Live Channel 1 programming is sponsored in part by Brandenburg Telecom, providing service for all your telecommunication needs. Physical Therapy Associates, more personal attention for more effective results. With locations in Elizabethtown, Hodgenville, Radcliffe, Brandenburg, Bardstown, and Louisville. Online at physicaltherapyky.com. eTownApartments.com by Mark Harris Construction. Take a virtual tour today at eTownApartments.com. Bluegrass Cellular, offering the most affordable unlimited plan in Aurora. Have the introduction of the all-tournament team for the Bulldogs.
Again, those players will be recognized for the all-the-all team, 17th district. And those players are number 1, Jacob Fettis.
Jacob Fettis being added to the all-tournament team, and Andrew Menace for the Bulldogs. It has been a long night here at E-Town High School. It was a penalty kick game won by Central Hardin in our opener 2-1 and won 4-3 on penalty kicks. And the North Hardin Trojans victorious 6-1 over John Hardin in our second semifinal. Tomorrow night we will be at North Hardin for the girls district tournament semifinals. First game at 5:30 will be the John Hardin Bulldogs and the Elizabethtown Panthers. In the second semifinal, it'll be North Hardin and Central Hardin. For Dale Means, I'm Bobby Thompson saying so long and good night.